15 secret hacks for a flight upgrade. Never fly economy ever again. So, you paid for economy. But let's be honest. You didn't sign up for this. Cramped seats, zero sleep, mystery meat for dinner. Meanwhile, just a few rows ahead, someone's stretched out flat, sipping champagne, and getting real food on real plates. And here's the kicker. They didn't even pay full price for it. So how did they get upgraded? And more importantly, how can you? In this video, I'm revealing 15 real upgrade hacks that smart travelers are using right now to move from the back of the plane to the front. Some cost nothing, others require a bit of strategy, but every single one has worked, sometimes even for travelers without status. We're going way beyond just dress nicely or be nice to the gate agent. These are insider tips, timing tricks, and quiet loopholes that could completely change how you fly. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for hack number 15. Because it's the one almost nobody talks about, but it's landed people in business and first class for less than the price of an economy ticket. Let's get into it. Hack number 1. Book within the golden window. Most people think booking early is the best way to score the lowest fares. And that's often true. But if you're hunting for an upgrade, booking late might actually work in your favor. Here's why. Airlines don't like sending planes out with empty seats in business class. As the departure date gets closer, they start reshuffling seating to free up space in economy. And that sometimes means bumping a few lucky passengers into the premium cabins. If you book within 24 to 48 hours before departure, and especially if you fly solo, you might just land in the sweet spot for one of those free operational upgrades. It doesn't always happen, but when it does, you get the VIP seat for an economy price. This works even better when combined with hack number 2, which is the bad seat strategy. What if picking the worst seat on the plane could get you upgraded? This one's a bit sneaky, but it works. When a flight is oversold, airlines need to move people around. And guess who they bump first? The folks in the most inconvenient, uncomfortable seats. Think last row near the bathrooms, or middle seats at the back. So instead of trying to grab the best spot in economy, try picking the least desirable one. If the airline needs to make space and business class still has availability, you could be one of the first passengers they move up. It's not guaranteed, but if you're flexible and you don't mind playing the long game, this trick could seriously pay off. Hack number 3. Ask this one simple question at the gate. Believe it or not, sometimes all it takes is asking the right question, the right way. When you check in or arrive at the gate, try this line. Hi, just wondering, are there any complimentary upgrades available today? That's it. Short, polite, and confident. Gate agents are human. They're juggling oversold flights, no-shows, and last-minute reshuffles. If there's a seat up for grabs and you've made a good impression, your name might be the one they remember. Timing helps too. Aim to ask about 45 to 60 minutes before boarding begins, when they're still organizing seating but not totally overwhelmed. Just remember, never demand, and definitely don't try too hard. Calm, respectful passengers get remembered. Pushy ones don't. Hack number 4. Check-in timing can make or break it. Most travelers rush to check in the second it opens, but what if waiting a little could get you into business class? It's called an operational upgrade, and it usually happens when economy is overbooked. If you check in closer to departure time and economy is full, the airline may have to move you up. Now, we're not talking last minute here. Aim for 2 to 3 hours before the flight when they've got a clear view of seat availability. Combine that with being a solo traveler or holding an airline credit card, your odds shoot way up. Some seasoned flyers even set alarms so they can time their check-in just right. Quick question, have you ever scored an upgrade or gotten close? Drop your story in the comments, because one of the next hacks might be the one that finally gets you there. Hack number 5. Call 24 hours before and ask this one thing. Most people wait until they're physically at the airport to try their luck. But what if you gave yourself a head start, just by picking up the phone? Roughly 24 hours before your flight, call the airline and ask, are there any available bulkhead or extra legroom seats? Even if you don't score that extra space, something interesting happens. Your name is now in the system as a seat change request. If the flight gets shuffled due to overbooking, you're already flagged, and that small request can give you a surprising advantage. And if the agent says, not at this time, Ask if they can add a note to your booking that you're happy to volunteer for a later flight or open to an upgrade if one becomes available. It's low effort, but sometimes that little flag is all it takes. Hack number 6. Use airline status matching, even if you're loyal to another airline. Here's a seriously underrated move. If you have loyalty status with one airline, even just silver or entry level, you can often match that status with another airline for free. Let's say you usually fly with Qantas, but you've booked a flight with Virgin or Delta. Some airlines will let you apply for a status match challenge, which gives you equivalent perks, like free upgrades, better boarding position, and even lounge access for a trial period. And if you complete a few flights with them during that window, you might keep the status permanently. It's how some smart flyers bounce between airlines and never fly in the back row again. Coming up, we'll talk about the timing trick that can make or break your upgrade chances, even if you don't have points or status. Stay close. We're just getting into the real insider stuff. Hack number 7. Watch for overbooked flight alerts during online check-in. Here's something most travelers completely overlook, but seasoned flyers look for it on purpose. When you check in online, usually 24 hours before your flight, pay close attention to any messages asking for volunteers to take a later flight. Why does this matter? Because that's your golden signal. The flight is overbooked. And when that happens, the airline needs passengers to move, fast. Now here's the play. Enter a low but reasonable offer to be bumped to a later flight, something like $150 in credit. This won't lock you in, but it puts your name on the list. If they call you to the gate, you can negotiate. Sometimes, they'll throw in an upgrade on your new flight plus compensation. This is one of the few chances you have to be in the driver's seat. If you're flexible, you could trade a short delay for a business class seat and a future flight credit. It's a win-win. Hack number 8. The solo traveler advantage. Flying alone? Good news, you're already ahead of the game. Airlines are way more likely to upgrade solo passengers than people flying in pairs or groups. Why? Because single seats are easier to move. One empty spot in business class? That's your chance. Gate agents don't want to split families or friends, but if you're by yourself, you're flexible, and that makes you the perfect fit when reshuffling seats. Some travelers even book solo for this very reason, then just meet up with friends at the destination. If you're traveling with someone, consider splitting the booking into 2 reservations. That way, you keep your upgrade chances alive. And hey, maybe you'll both get lucky. Stick around. The next hack involves an overlooked email that could land you in business class for a fraction of the usual cost. Most people delete it without even opening it. Don't make that mistake. Hack number 9. The last-minute upgrade email. Don't ignore it. Ever get one of those emails from the airline a day or two before your flight offering an upgrade and just delete it? Big mistake. Those emails aren't spam. They're legit offers. And sometimes, the deals are shockingly good. We're talking business class upgrades for as little as $100 to $300 on long-haul flights. Why so cheap? Because the airline would rather fill premium seats at a discount than let them fly empty. It's your chance to buy a luxury seat without luxury pricing. The trick is acting fast. These offers are first come, first served, and usually disappear within hours. So next time that subject line says, "Upgrade available," don't scroll past it. Open it, check the offer, and if it's reasonable, take it. Sometimes, a single click is all it takes to leave economy behind. Hack number 10. The secret airline credit card perks. Airline credit cards aren't just for earning miles. In fact, some of the best upgrade perks are the ones they don't advertise. Just holding the card can put you ahead of the regular passengers, especially when it comes to complimentary upgrades and early check-in priority. Even without elite status, cardholders often get preference when the system is auto-selecting upgrade candidates. And when upgrades are offered for a fee, cardholders usually get first dibs and a lower price. Some cards also come with free companion upgrades, lounge access, and priority boarding, which all work in your favor. The best part? You don't have to fly 20 times a year to benefit. Just have the card and use it to book. This is one of those hacks that keeps working in the background, trip after trip. Hack number 11. Say this before boarding if the flight's full. You've probably heard the gate agent ask for volunteers when a flight is oversold. But did you know that offering to be flexible could get you more than just a voucher? Here's what to do. Arrive at the gate at least 45 to 60 minutes early and say, Hi, I'm happy to volunteer if this flight is oversold. I'd also be open to an upgrade if there's availability. It's low pressure and helpful. Plus, it puts you on their radar. If they end up needing to move passengers around, you've already made their job easier, and polite, proactive passengers are more likely to get those last-minute perks. Sometimes, they'll offer airline credit plus a business class seat on the next flight. And yes, this trick has landed travelers both upgrades and compensation. It's not about being pushy. It's about showing up early, being flexible, and planting the seed. Hack number 12. Use points the smart way, not just for free flights. Most people save up airline points for a free ticket, but smart travelers know one of the best ways to use those points is for an upgrade. Why? Because upgrades often give you a much higher value per point than redeeming for economy seats. For example, using 25,000 points to move from economy to business on a long-haul flight might save you $1,500 or more. Plus, some airlines allow you to combine points with cash for a discounted upgrade, especially within 24 to 72 hours of departure. Just log into your account after booking and check for upgrade options using your miles. Bonus tip: if your airline uses dynamic pricing, check back often. Those upgrade costs fluctuate and can drop dramatically. Still to come is the boldest move yet, one that could land you in first class without spending a cent. And hack number 15 is worth waiting for. But first, let's unlock 2 more powerful tricks. Hack number 13. Don't ignore last-minute email offers. You booked your flight. You've packed your bags. Then, a day or two before departure, you get an email from the airline. Special upgrade offer. Limited time only. Sound familiar? A lot of travelers ignore these, assuming it's too expensive or just another upsell. But here's the thing. These last-minute upgrade offers can be surprisingly affordable. We're talking business class for a few $100, or even fewer points than you'd use to book a regular seat. Airlines would rather fill premium seats than let them go empty, so as departure gets closer, the price for an upgrade sometimes drops significantly. If you get one of these emails, don't delete it. Log in, check the offer, and compare the cost to what you'd normally pay. You might be shocked at what's within reach. Hack number 14. Broken seat. That might be your upgrade ticket. Here's a weird little secret not many people think about. If your seat is broken, or even just slightly defective, it could be your ticket out of economy. That means a broken recline, faulty tray table, busted entertainment screen, anything that affects your comfort. The key is to let the flight attendant know right away after boarding. Say something like, "Hi, just a heads up, my seat doesn't recline, and I wasn't sure if there were any alternatives available." If economy is full and there's room in business or premium economy, they may move you. This isn't a guarantee, and definitely don't fake a problem. But if you're polite and report it early, it could work in your favor. One traveler even got bumped to first class after their seat's armrest wouldn't lift. It's all about timing, honesty, and being respectful when you bring it up. And now, it's time for the big one. This next strategy is bold, unexpected, and one of the most powerful upgrade moves out there. Let's wrap with the best-kept secret in travel. Before we get to the best upgrade trick of them all, take a second to hit that subscribe button. I drop smart, real-world travel hacks every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Hack number 15. Book the wrong flight. On purpose. Yep, you heard that right. Savvy travelers have discovered a clever booking loophole that can land you in business class, sometimes for less than the cost of economy. It's called fare class optimization, and here's how it works. Instead of searching for a direct economy ticket from point A to point B, you find a multi-leg flight that includes a premium cabin, often on the connecting segment. Let's say you want to fly from Sydney to Bangkok. Instead of booking that direct, you look for a flight from Sydney to Tokyo with a layover in Bangkok. Sometimes, airlines offer heavily discounted business class fares on routes with low demand, especially if they need to fill seats on long hauls. You book the whole trip, but only fly the segment you need. You're in business class, on a nicer plane, with all the perks, for less than a direct economy ticket. Now, there are a few risks, like checked bags going to the final destination. But if you're flying carry-on only and do your research, this hack can be gold. It's bold, it's niche, and it's one of the most powerful tricks in the upgrade playbook. So which hack are you trying first? Let me know in the comments. Share this with a friend who's tired of flying economy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Safe travels.